is about 6 a.m. on day 33 here. And just a gorgeous sunrise. This is looking down on the city of Wrightwood. At least I think that's Wrightwood, maybe it's not. Whatever it is, it's beautiful. A cool, crisp morning. I think it got down to about 23 last night, but there wasn't any breeze blowing, so it really didn't feel quite that cold. But just gorgeous. Full moon last night. So this whole camping spot worked out pretty well for us. All right, we're finished getting ready here, and we'll talk to you a little bit later.
This is the slopes we're coming across early this morning. Very steep, but we're fortunate somebody had already gone through earlier, yesterday perhaps, and kind of knocked the path into the snow. So we got the micro spikes on and kind of plowing through it. And take your time, make sure every foot is good, and life is wonderful. So we're about a mile out of, we're a few minutes out of where we camped, top of the ridge. We're gonna get a bunch of this today. Hopefully it'll end up on top of the ridge and not have this. Do you remember about what mile we're at, David?
357.2.
357.2, so call this about 357.4. And it's just
Much better.
much better when you got
Frozen
snow and somebody put tracks there for you already. Top of the morning to you, John. Got up here, we're somewhere around 8,000. Very few. We just kind of side trailed it up to the top of this so we could avoid some of the slope stuff. Hey, Codgers.
Hey,
Hey, that's a place to sit.
it is.
I'm coming your way. And we've started down Acorn Trail. And look at this snow. It's beautiful. A few people plowed through here for us. And it's kind of steep, but you dig in your heels and you push the snow down as you go. It's not been too bad. Here we are in the Grizzly Cafe. And we're getting ready to meet Mr. Moose.
Ready for some fun, Joe? What bell does your porcupine say with a kiss? Oh, how about this one? Hey, what did the blanket say to the bed? Don't worry, I've got you covered. Oh, here comes some money. What kind of button? A belly button. I'm a real comedian. Ain't I? Well, skeletons fight each other. They don't have the guts. Thanks for coming out and playing with me. I'm Mortimer Moose. I'll see you next time.
Kind of sound like Bullwinkle. So how'd that strike you, George? That good?
Yeah, he was pretty good. Like you said, I was hoping for a bullwinkle sound.
Just some of the exciting things that we get to experience on the PCT.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome, eh?
Yeah. Well, let's shoot the bull. Or not. We are being what you would call hiker trash, just hanging out here at the grocery store. Jensen Foods, I think was the name of it.
I think so.
Pretty good.
Show off your new shoes.
Yeah, let's talk about new shoes. But you'll notice the difference. These are brand new. Look how nice they are. But you'll notice I get the dark ones to where it looks like they've been already hiked in. None of these Air Jordan type. But,
Yeah. The real story, David's not hiking with us anymore.
yeah.
He's gonna meet us at the rest stop.
That's right. These are my driving shoes. Yeah. But yeah, this has been quite the hiker hangout. We've met, oh gosh, 5 or 6, 7, 8 9 hikers here. Ones that we've been kind of leapfrogging along the way. We'll try to post up a group picture that we took of them. But anyways, beautiful day.
You say there's a mini bubble around here.
I think there is.
Yeah.
There is.
We saw, I don't know, how many of those youngsters and whatever. There's probably at least
there's about
8,
7 or 8.
Yeah, 7, 8. We finally got to
Acorn.
see the youngsters that have been out ahead of us. So they're out getting back on the trail, and they're going to be ahead of us again.
They're good international teams.
So, all right. Well, we're waiting for a ride to come get us and take us back to our little tiny cabin type thing. So we'll do a little bit more video in there. Take care, y'all. All right. So Denim Dan, we've been getting a lot of questions about your hat. People want to know what type of hat that is and what brand it is.
You would think it's a Western hat, but it's not. It's from Africa. It's a company called Zulu African Straw Hats, and they can be ordered online under that name. And I found my first one, the guys down in Trilingua that do the river trip guides, they wear them a lot, and they're very durable. But mine, the last one, lasted like 4 years.
All right. So does it come with a feather, or is that a?
No, that was something I added.
You got to kill your own bird to get the feather, and
string
then.
but I put the feather on.
Okay, the feather's kind of special, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, cool. So for those who don't know, Denim Dan is from Texas. Whereabouts in Texas?
West Texas, well, Fort Stockton and the Big Bend area, Trilingua,
All right.
all those places.
All right. All right. Well, if y'all have any more questions for the legendary Denim Dan, be sure to let us know, and we'll get him to answer them for you.
Okay.
Take care, y'all.
All right.
All right. Here is where we are staying tonight at the Acorn cabin, which is kind of like a tiny house. John's got his eggs all set to go to boil them up, but let's take a look inside here.
Yeah.
What do we got? Yeah.
I appreciate it.
I think tiny might be an overstatement for this place. You've got to have a coordinated movement here of whatever you're doing.
You have to choreograph everything you're doing to make sure you can get it done.
Yeah.
Space provided.
So there's a tiny little loft up here, and then this bed, and then I think actually No Filter and I are going to be up in this other little one up here. You can kind of see out the window, which just has a couple of beds in it. Not quite as nice and glamorous as this one, but anyways, I think this is the tiniest place we've stayed.
It's cute, for sure.
Yeah.
And it's small.
Yeah, but probably more important is the lady Mandy, the owner, is super nice.
Gave us rides.
Yeah, super nice.
Easy
So,
going, down to earth. Kind of knows what hikers want, like the needs are.
yeah. All right.
Yeah, you can even wash denim here.
All right. Well, we're gonna try to get settled in here, and then we'll talk to you all a little bit later. All right. This is our wrap up for day 33, and we are in our tiny house. And you're probably wondering, how many old codgers can you get on a couch? Well, unless they all have tiny asses, you can't get more than 4.
Right.
So that's the number of people. So if anybody asks you that question, the answer is 4.
And it didn't break when we all sat down.
Yes, and that's the important thing. So, all right, good day overall. Good day. We'll refer to our statistician on the end down there.
So we ended up at mile marker 363.4, and that's the Acorn trailhead, and then we took that down into Wrightwood and stayed at the Acorn place. It was about 2.5 mile hike down to that. But when we started the day, we ended up hiking up about 1,700, get up to Acorn, and turn around and hike back down another 1,700 to get down to where the cabin is. So that was kind of the extent of our hike. But it was there were times it took the wind out of us a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. And the trail up top was good. I mean, we were hiking in dirt quite a bit, and then our mountain goat, i.e. No Filter, made a couple of good detours up to the top of the ridge to avoid some really kind of sketchy parts from a snow perspective. But overall, up top was really good.
It was the best snow we've ever had.
Yeah.
we were, there's probably some pictures of showing that. The one, like the one you took, we were standing there, we were able to be on top of the snow. And you see where the hikers came through yesterday, and they were, you know, sinking in a bit because it wasn't solidified. But when we came through early this morning, there was a lot of it was you could just walk on top.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we'd like to thank Ruth from Austria, and also Alan from England, who I think is Scottish. They led the way, followed their footprints the whole way.
Yeah, they did a great job staying on trail and even going up the ridges. They did a great job. So their trail names are Sundance and Backflush?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, Backflush.
You
So,
remembered.
yeah, so cool. And then, you know, we were trying like crazy to get some intel on, you know, what the Acorn Trail was about. And a lot of the locals, you know, George had already made it down into Wrightwood. And a lot of the locals were telling him, "No, don't do it. It's pretty bad. You'll never make it." And then he ran into Sundance, who, again, they were ahead of us, and said, "Oh yeah, not a problem.
And so we kind of think what happened is the locals are all looking at it from a standpoint of from here at the base up, and everything. There was so much snow down here and everything else, but coming down that, it's like, you know, like what you were saying, it wasn't that big a deal coming down.
Yeah, when gravity's our friend, it's not hard to come
Yeah.
down.
So the only probably downside to it was we followed a ton of footprints coming down the Acorn Trail, but they eventually kind of veered off, I guess, to the right to follow another ridge line
Going into the center of town.
going into the
Yeah.
center of town. And we needed to get over to the Acorn cabin, which is right on the Acorn Trail. So we had to do a little kind of reroute and bushwhacking and sliding down.
Then things got interesting.
Yeah, things got really interesting.
I
And
think those were the steepest slopes we've been on this trip.
I think so. My rain pants didn't
We were no
survive very
longer
well.
hiking, we were rappelling.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, anyways, we made it. This is, again, we showed you a little bit before the tiny house. And again, Mandy's just an incredible host. So this is working out pretty well for us. So we're pretty happy about it. We went to, what was the name of the restaurant, guys?
Grizzly restaurant.
Grizzly Cafe.
Cafe.
Yeah.
See, between the four of us, we get the name.
We went to a cafe. What? We got a calf? What are you talking about? I ain't got no cows. Yeah. Yeah, it's good to be amongst codgers. What's funny, and we all do this, we're all like, all right, where did I put that? Did anybody see what I did with that? And about the time somebody finds something else, or they found what they needed, the next person's like, did anybody see where I set that? We're playing the codger role extremely well. So.
And we did get to sort of meet the young crew.
Yeah, and
Of roughly 8 international hikers heading back up Acorn.
yeah, God bless them. I don't think we are not going back up Acorn because that's gonna be treacherous. Pretty hard work. I think it was. I don't remember what Joe. Do you remember what the elevation gain was on it?
From here, it's from just here, it's like 1,700 feet up.
Yeah,
It's a group of young 20-somethings.
Yeah. It's really interesting. We're seeing most of the people we're around right now are all European. I don't think
We're the only Americans.
we're the only. Us 4 codgers are representing the USA. You should be worried.
all the other Americans we hiked with they're somewhere else. They skipped, bounced, or went home.
Yeah. So, but you'll probably see the picture that we posted of the group shot that we took at the grocery store, and a lot of good people.
Yeah.
And it's been pretty cool just to meet people and compare notes and.
And there's a nice trail up on top now.
Yeah.
So there a lot of hikers should benefit, and we expect a lot of people to be coming behind us.
Yeah.
I guess the biggest thing we'll have to think about is as it warms and it's not going to be freezing at night, they may have a little bit more of a slush issue.
Right.
But at the same time, then there's going to be less snow because it's melting off. So
Right.
pretty quickly, even if it's slushy, the snow and a lot of that's going to be gone.
Yeah. So our plan for tomorrow is that we are going to go back up to, I think it's called Inspiration Point, where State Road 2 meets the PCT. And I think Mandy's going to drive us up there, and then we're going to hike from there to Vincent Gap on the PCT, and then make a decision on what we do with Mount Baden-Powell. Rumor is that it actually may be closed, but even if it's not, we know it's going to be pretty treacherous. you know, with the snow and just it's, you know, as John, you've hiked it before, right?
Yes, in the summer.
Yeah, and even in the summer, John's commented on how steep it is, and so we're going to evaluate that pretty quickly. If it's not doable, certainly if it's closed, then we will probably do a road walk to get around Baden-Powell, and then we'll just see how far we go from there before we jump back on the PCT, because State Road 2 kind of wraps around the PCT, so we'll have multiple options to be able to get back on the PCT. But we're going to play it smart like we always do. And Joe will be whining heavily, and depending upon the, you know, how heavy that whining is, we'll probably make the determination on exactly what we do.
All I think is say whether or not you kill me. Hey, this is a good ridge to throw him off of.
No, we won't kill you. We just wouldn't be the same though.
Yeah.
Come on, Joe.
But we,
You tie me to a tree and leave me there.
that's right, we won't kill you. But we do promise to let you know what mile marker we left him at. So if anybody wants to go find him, you'll be able to know exactly where he's at. So, all right, well, any other comments anything else we need to talk about?
Say something, George.
I hope I get some orders for those hats.
Well, next leg is going for Acton.
Right, yeah. Yeah, we're headed.
80 miles away almost.
About 80 miles.
Yeah, so we are excited because when we get to Acton, we think we'll certainly be out of any heavy snow for, 300 miles? 250 miles, something like that.
Should be nice for us.
A long way.
Yeah, so we're kind of looking forward to getting back into some kind of routine. But again, this little section hasn't been too bad so far, so it's better than what it was for coming into Big Bear, and we just kind of keep that in perspective. So again, so Joe can have the official and appropriate whining. He knows what was bad and what's good and those kind of things. So, but we all have our talents and gifts. Joe's got his.
Many people.
Joe, we have-
Many people through my professional career will know I can walk.
And just saying, but let's just acknowledge, you've crossed 4 mountain ranges. We all have.
Yeah.
Yeah, and cried and whined over every single one of them. Huh. All right, well, we'll leave it at that, and we will talk to you all in the morning, and we're hoping to get back on the trail probably about 8:30 before we get back on trail, and so we don't really know how far we'll go, but we'll keep you updated. Take care, y'all. Have a great night.
Bye.